this shit. It's on the daily, flowing like a river. We deliver sweet and safely. Explanations are overrated when you know just what you do. When you can leave with all that assuming I'm a flower, let me bloom, man. It's true, we go. No stress, I prefer to soothe and find a place of inner peace where I can do this shit while I smoke this, please. Most tranquil spot with a fruit basket of tree, and all I'm saying is let the free bird fly.
All right, 1, 2. All right, everybody, this is Az126. We got another Tempe artist here. We're going to speak on her new EP, Mind of Mine. Haresha, say hello to everybody.
Hello, I'm Haresha. Nice to meet you guys.
Tell them where to find you.
You can find me on Twitter. My handle is Haresha with 2 A's, Haresha. It's Haresha on Instagram. I have a website coming soon. It's haresha.com, but not yet, but it's coming.
It's hard to find time for that website,
Yeah,
huh?
but
You want to get everything else
the way,
there for
sure.
the website,
Yes.
but then you don't really have time to make the website.
Exactly. And then on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, Tidal, anything that you can find music, you can find me on there too. Mind of Mine, I just dropped that. It's a new EP produced by WaveMMLZ, mixed and mastered by Chief. Flo Simpson is featured on there, Inspiring Thoughts, and Dreamcatcher.
Salute.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what was the idea behind this EP? Because like in my mixtape Monday, I know it's an EP and not a mixtape, but in my mixtape Monday, I was really feeling like the real college level, just up in the morning, like 2, 3 a.m. kind of vibe.
Right.
So what was going on with that?
Well, I did actually write all of those songs while I was in college. I put out a couple mixtapes during that time, but I didn't release all these songs that I had, and they kind of just were sitting there, and I found the right ones and put them together, and it became Mind of Mine. And so I'm glad you picked that up, because that is when I
just like
that.
a little creep inside the head.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite on there?
My favorite is probably Goes On. No. My favorite is Profound.
Profound?
That's my favorite,
I think my girlfriend's favorite was Goes On, because before I do any of these like mixtape reviews or anything like that, I'm like, here, listen to this. Tell me what you think, so that we could like go back and forth. Yeah, she always has my back for stuff like that. That was her favorite too. She really did like the second song as well. I think the one,
Let Me Bloom.
Let Me Bloom. I put that as the outro. I really like that.
Thank you.
I don't know what it's called, like in the background when you. It's not the ad libs, but you know when you.
Just kind of like the doubles.
Yeah, the double of like the lyrics and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's real like trancey. You could get lost in that one, and I think it's really good after the first song that kind of ramps you up for it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Was it just on like the 4 random songs that you had, or did you really want a short tape?
Well, I did want a small something just to kind of put out there, because I hadn't put out something in a little while. All these songs, all the beats were actually created in the Wave Cave, which is Wave's little studio.
The Wave Cave.
Yeah, the Wave Cave. He brought those beats to life right in front of us in like 5 minutes, because he's crazy like that.
Oh, he's good. He's like, watch this shit. He just threw a couple things on there.
He'll throw a record on there and sample a little something and just make it like, what the fuck?
I always wish I was like that good at shit. Like,
yeah.
hey, you like that, huh?
He's crazy. So, we wrote there in the studio a little bit, and then I got to take the beat home, and then I finished it later. But everything was created like right there, which was really cool.
That's cool. It's like a bottled environment, something like that, while you still got the energy.
Exactly.
I like small EPs.
Me too.
I like Currency's EPs because you don't have to choose with Currency's EPs. When you get like an E, I was just talking about this on the last interview. When you get an E40 record and that shit has 45 songs,
right?
What are you supposed to do with that? What you pick like maybe 2, 3 or something, but I saw this study where it's like if you have too many choices, you're not going to pick anything.
Right.
So I really think that smaller EP, smaller mixtape is definitely where it's going.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, when you listen to like a given album or something like that, are you usually somebody that listens to the whole album all the way through, or you just like pick a couple?
Well, my first listen, I listen all the way through, always. But then I take a really long time to like get through the whole album. I'll listen to like the first 3 songs over and over, and I just make my way through it. It takes me like 2 to 3 months to like really know the whole
like
album.
hear the last song of the album. That's how I be. like I get the first couple songs, I'm like, these are my songs, I'll play these over and over. But then it's like you're in the car with somebody else and they're playing a song from the album that
Right,
you've
and
never
I'm like,
heard
damn, I
from.
never even paid attention. Yeah, I feel you.
So it's kind of a weird thought seeing how music gets like looked over sometimes. But
and that's kind of why I wanted it to be small, because I wanted everyone to listen to the whole thing.
yeah.
And I feel like I mean, people just have shit to do. They don't have time to always listen to like a 20 song thing, and that's cool.
And plus people now, they got like they say people have what is it, like a shorter attention span?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes, I was just reading about that with Vine. Like,
Yeah.
that's essentially what our attention span is now.
Like 6 seconds. Yeah, no, those things ruined the game.
It's
It's
really
like,
crazy.
I remember people got Vine famous.
Hella people.
Like people started careers off Vine and stuff like that, and it's crazy. I think
making money.
and this is just like another thing that like influenced me to make this. It's just like when it goes to the end of the day, people like to see people who are relatable.
Right.
And when they see those Vines, they see people who are relatable. When they
Right.
see people on YouTube, they see people who are relatable. I think TV and stuff, like people make them feel like they're bigger than they are.
Right.
When in the end of the day, like you'd see them at the grocery store. They're just people like us.
Exactly.
So I think like exposure and relatability are like the best things for like our generation starting up your own kind of industry and name and label, things like that.
I feel that.
What are some things you wanted to do on the tape that you never got to?
I wanted to do some kind of back and forth stuff, like with a male artist.
Yeah.
Which I ended up doing recently, and you guys will hear that.
Like a bar for bar thing, like
yeah,
they say
exactly.
couple. Yeah.
And like even singing together, rapping together type of thing.
Yeah.
I want to get into that more. And also live music. I want to do some live, like,
Yeah.
I have some friends who play. We have a drummer, a bass player. We have a guitar person. I just got a ukulele that I want to learn how to play.
Oh, I got a homie, Alex, who has a ukulele. Sometimes, man, when he gets drunk, he be fucking that thing up. Like,
Oh, yeah. And I
how
love
those
that
little
sound.
ones go. Yeah? You could probably find that one on the next tape, something like that.
In the next few tapes, there's definitely going to be a live tape coming soon where it's like music, not beats, you know?
That'll be pretty dope.
I'm excited for that. And then a tour with that, with like instruments behind me. I want that for sure.
Yeah, when you start seeing, like, I see this kind of stuff online all the time, like, the rappers and stuff, besides having the beat in the back, they'll get like an opera or choir or something like that.
Too, yeah.
I think that shit's going a long way. Like, I saw the Chance the Rapper thing, and it was the BET Awards or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like the opera, choir in the back, and at first it takes a little while to get into, but I think it's like really,
I really like it.
Really nice.
Lupe Fiasco did that too with his girl. What's her name? That girl that's on everything.
That Skylar girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought her on his Tetsuo and Youth tour, and she was just behind him the whole time, like singing to the beat sometimes, and then also doing her parts, of course, because she's like hooks. But it was cool. I really liked it. I want to do that too. I would do that for someone.
Yeah, I could tell.
Behind them, like,
I could tell from your hooks. You have like you change the pitches a lot in the hooks. Like it's a real sing-song hook, and it helps like keep it in the back of my mind. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I want.
As far as like the bar for bar thing with the male artists, do you just find it easier to converge with the male artists as far as, are they just more common?
Well, definitely they're more common. I do not know a lot of female artists, but I do know some, and shout out to them, because hell yeah. But I think going bar for bar, I like the contrast of a woman's voice and then a man's voice, where I feel like our voices, even if they're totally different, are definitely going to be more similar. Like right after each other.
Yeah, I never really thought about that, but if I heard women going bar for bar on a song, actually I don't know what I think about that since this is my first time, but I definitely got to look into that. I do listen to like some like old school, I guess Remy Ma or something like that. See who she got on the track with.
Killing it right now.
Yeah, I guess with that fucking you heard that diss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you think? I was like 3 months. That's a long time. You know what I'm saying? She said that shit was flat for 3 months.
Hell yeah. No, she fucking blew me away. I couldn't believe it. I had to listen to that like 3 times.
Yeah, I think it was the same thing. My brother, because I heard about it. Everybody heard about it before they listened to it.
Yeah.
And so my brother finally comes over. He's like, look, man, listen to this. I'm like, I'll listen to it later. 7 minutes, I ain't going to listen to it. We listen to that shit twice in a row. Because it's just like, damn.
I know.
Damn,
she says so much. Like again and again and again. The whole song. She just goes in.
What do you think about, aside from that, what do you think about the people that you collaborate with in Phoenix? I hear a lot that a lot of people in Phoenix don't collaborate with each other, but then when you find the people that do, there's never a bad thing you hear them say or anything like that.
Right.
Do you think that's just something that kind of comes with like when you start selling more, when you start making a little bit more? Do you think that's something you have to do?
Collaborate?
No, like have a beef with somebody. Do you think?
Oh.
Because eventually you hear about some, but then you're like, why? Like I don't even understand.
Right.
I don't care about that. Do you think it's just something that happens now because you got to do it to keep up that
Right.
reputation?
Well, I think it can be used as a, like a plot to gain fans and eyes, which is, valid. I think a lot of people do that, but I think a lot of people do it because they really have genuine beef. And I mean, all the stuff I sing isn't always 100% like true, but I definitely take a grain of salt. So So I think that it can be just people. I definitely sing about what is going on in my life. So if I had beef with someone,
you gotta stay natural.
I would sing it. I do. I have. So
you just gotta stay natural with it.
Exactly.
I think that's I think going back to what you said about maybe they're just doing it just to kind of get both their name out there.
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect way to get your name out there.
Yeah.
If, like, say you and somebody are good friends, but nobody, like the general public, don't know you're good friends.
Right.
All you gotta do is beef real quick, and then they'll say, "What
Gain
the hell
some
happened?"
traction.
You guys make up.
Yeah.
Bam.
Right.
There goes some easy money.
For sure.
So I've been asking everybody this lately. If you could perform anywhere in Arizona right now, where would it be?
Celebrity theater for sure.
Theater.
Because
so many people want to go to the celebrity theater. That's like the place to be.
I've had some of my best concerts there, and it's just so intimate, and I love the revolving stage, and I just grew up there. The first 6 concerts that I went to were there, so I definitely want to perform there at some point.
I think that would be dope to have be on one of those circle stages. Like I remember back in the day. Like I said, I used to watch a lot of stand-up. So there was this Dan Cook stand-up, Vicious Circle, where he's just in a huge circle and he's just turning around, talking to people. Everybody's just waiting for him to turn around. I think that's dope. There's got to be a good ass energy that comes with that.
Definitely.
Other than that, let's get back to the tape. So you got a couple features on there. It's a short tape, so obviously you didn't want too many features.
Right. Yeah.
So as far as you picking and choosing your features, how did that go? Was it just essentially who went to the studio with you that day, or come on, let's do this, let's write?
Well, that was kind of part of it, but not really, because I had songs to choose from that were other artists, but I wanted to pick ones that I hadn't had on a lot of tapes before. Yeah. And I didn't have a song with. We have songs together, but not that are out. So I wanted to get both of them on there. There's still more people I need to get on, but it was just a step.
Making songs with people and not releasing it, it's like having a gym partner. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's just look, I need to write, I need somebody to write, I need to switch it up, and I need some influences like that.
Right.
Who are, as far as Phoenix goes, who are some a lot of influences that help you just keep going?
As far as Phoenix?
Yeah. Tempe, Phoenix, Arizona, or maybe anybody if you want to go.
There are a lot of people in Phoenix that I've met in the past 2 years that I hadn't I didn't know were grinding out here, because I guess I wasn't really grinding before that.
They say once you start going in the right direction, it all just starts popping up and showing.
Yes, I believe that the life is runs in a circle, and you'll meet the people you're supposed to meet always. It just keeps coming back to you. So there are a lot of people I respect in the game right now in Phoenix, like Kamaya, she's awesome. Charlie Mumbles is dope. I've actually known him since middle school.
How do you spell Kamaya?
Kamaya is Kamiya. Yeah, female artists. But then also a lot of inspiration comes from Vegas, our crew out there. I'm super inspired by Wave, Chief, the whole tribe. They're great. They've helped us. I wouldn't be as far as I am today without them, for sure.
Pretty easy to make trips out there. It's only a couple hours. So.
Yeah, it's 5 hours. We go out every month, I feel like.
The hardest part is deciding to get up and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But whenever you guys go, you guys usually are able to all go at the same time?
Well, most of them are out there.
Yeah.
So it's just me, Flo, Andre the Bear, Sean. We try to go up when we can. And then we just are in the Wave Cave and we make music the whole weekend and then we come back.
I think that's a dope name, Wave Cave.
It's a cool place.
When did you guys meet up with them at the cave?
The first time we met them?
Yeah.
I met Chief at a Halloween party in 2012. It was 2012.
Been a while, huh?
It has been a while.
Yeah.
And then Flo came out at the beginning of 2013 from Baltimore. That's where he's from. And then we started hanging out with Chief, and then Chief introduced us to his Vegas crew, which is the Tribe, and so I guess 2013.
Damn. So yeah, you guys have had a while to make like a I don't know the word I'm thinking about, but basically the sound that you guys have.
Yeah.
That's your sound now.
Definitely.
Because a lot of times when you get together, obviously you gotta like iron out the wrinkles and shit like that. But that's dope.
Yeah,
you
we
guys
found a way to mesh well together for sure.
You know what? Yeah, because when I listen to Flo's song, I'm like, this could have just been on the last album too.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like you guys definitely have a sound, and I don't mean that like it sounds like one of her songs. I just mean that in a way like y'all definitely got a sound that I recognize now.
Yeah.
Now after listening to it, I'll recognize and like I'll listen to other artists and be like, this sounds like them or some shit like that.
That's good. That's awesome.
So that is dope. How when you put in the time, you don't notice, but I think more people notice on the outside looking in. You know
That's
what I mean?
good to hear.
I want to do a back-to-back interview with Flo, but it looks like my battery's dying quicker than I thought.
Oh shit.
So we'll just wrap it up with a couple more questions.
Okay.
As far as like some future projects, do you know what style or like where your mindset is for the next one?
Honestly, I'm trying to hit all the styles because I like all the styles. I want to do like a folk album. I want to do like a strictly ukulele thing, and then I have that live project coming. I want to do a whole rap album because I kind of got distracted with the singing. I started rapping and I didn't want to sing, and then people were really liking my hooks, and Chief was encouraging me to sing, and so
it just ended
so
up
I
going.
started singing, and now I kind of lost track of the rapping, and I'm trying to get back there for sure. Very soon.
I like that idea. I think for somebody to make genuinely good music, they need to venture out. In my last interview, I was talking about this guy, Jadea, who just released an album, and that's kind of just everywhere. Or Jadena, whatever. It's kind of just everywhere, and it's really good. I have a homie who, I guess, way back in like 2007, 2008, B.O.B. flew into town for some kind of gig.
Okay.
And he was B.O.B.'s cab driver.
Damn.
And he was like, he didn't recognize who he was at first. He was like, this is just some black dude with a guitar.
Right.
But
That's
the part that got me
I like
was
B.O.B.
the guitar. You know what I mean? I think you definitely have to do a little bit more than just rap when it comes to rapping. I think you need to, well, I guess since I don't make the music, but I think it's a good idea that you go out, venture, mess with the ukulele a little bit. It's like my show. Eclectic basically means to come from everywhere and bring it into one. And I really think that's where you're going to find the purest thing in your purest voice.
Yes, I agree.
Other than that, could you repeat where to find you?
Yes, SoundCloud.com/Haresha. Haresha with 2 A's for Twitter. It's Haresha Instagram, and then iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, whatever your choice.
All right. And if they need to, they'll probably find you at Club Red and Flo's.
Oh yeah, Flo has 2 shows coming up at Club Red in Mesa, March 3rd. Actually 3 shows. March 3rd, March 11th, and March 17th. The next 3 Fridays.
It's gonna be busy
Hell yeah,
for the team, huh?
Busy. Yeah, definitely. But it's gonna be fun.
Good shit. Well,
I'll be on his sets with him. So.
Well, let me hurry up and get this one out so people actually know where to find you
Hell
at.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you letting me do this interview.
Thank you.
Az126, we got another Tempe artist, and we signing out.
Thank you.